Good evening, everyone, and welcome into Larks Park. We are in Hayes, America for Game 5 of the 2025 season between the Dodge City A's and the Hayes Larks tonight. It is Game 5, and it is a league contest tonight. The A's playing their first league contest of the season as we are almost ready to get started. A few presentations that occurred before we could get started here today. Of course, the Larks receiving their championship trophy from last year, winning the 2024 World Series, the NBC World Series, winning that one 6-0 in the series. So as we get ready to go, we had the lineups up. Well, let's talk about the defensive alignment for the Hayes Larks. From left to right in the outfield, it is Dylan LaRue, Lane Sparks, and Trent Baker. Third to first across the infield, Thomas Lissy, Tabor Stokes, C.J. Reed, Jackson Babcock. It is Lorenzo Rios behind the mound, and battery mate on the mound, it is Dalton Campbell getting the start tonight against the Dodge City A's. Lefty on the mound getting the start there. Campbell comes from Oklahoma City University, a left-handed pitcher originally from Liberty Hill, Texas. So we will get started here. The starting lineup looks like this for your Dodge City A's. Leading off, it is Jacoby Radcliffe in center field. Batting second, Edward Gregory Jr., the shortstop. Batting third, Cade Colbreth at first base. Batting fourth in cleanup, the right fielder, Blake Coleman. Batting fifth, the catcher, Isaiah Velasco. Batting sixth, Matt Perez at third base. Batting seventh, it is a designated hitter, Jaden Moreno. Batting eighth, left fielder Paxton Huff, and rounding out the lineup, Kane Carlos at second base. We'll talk about the defensive alignment as we get ready to go and flip into the bottom of the first, but for now, we are ready to play ball here in Hayes, America. Jacoby Radcliffe set to lead off for the Dodge City A's. Radcliffe has been a staple at the top of the lineup for the Dodge City A's through the first 4 games of the season, and the first pitch in at 7:10 p.m., and it is ball number 1 to Jacoby Radcliffe. So I said 7:10 p.m. here in Hayes, America. And that pitch is called strike on the outer edge. Radcliffe takes ball 2. It's inside. Runs a count to 2-1. Currently 85 degrees here in Hayes. Hit up the middle, fielded by the second baseman, a deep throw, and beating it out is Radcliffe, an infield single. So that'll bring up Edward Gregory Jr. Gregory also has been a staple at the Dodge City A's lineup through the first several games of the season. Radcliffe from Southern University comes from Chicago, Illinois. Edward Gregory Jr. also from Southern University, comes from Detroit, Michigan, played his junior season there. Takes the first pitch for ball number 1. As that pitch called strike to even the count at 1 apiece. Pitch from Campbell misses outside. Another 2-1 count. 1 runner on. The A's with their first hit of the game already, something that they struggled with in the game against Hayes just a few days ago. Of course, the game that was supposed to have been played against Liberal on Thursday evening was rained out, called due to weather. Thankfully, the weather didn't get as rough as what the weather service was saying, but still got rain, wasn't able to play the game. That game will be made up on July the 10th. And it is a 5-pitch walk to Edward Gregory, and that puts runners on first and second with nobody out. Here comes Cade Colbreth. Colbreth, the lefty from Tallahassee State, comes from Graceville, Florida. Just played his freshman season there at Tallahassee State College. Played in 44 games with 140 at-bats. Had a .307 batting average through his freshman season. So the first pitch to Colbreth, it is a ball that misses outside. Hayes rocking the cream uniforms tonight, something we haven't seen from them in a while. A swing and a miss from Colbreth. That will even the count at 1 apiece. So Hayes with her cream uniforms, cream pants, cream tops. The Larks logo on the front along with blue numerals on their back as well. The A's going with gray pants today. They're yellow tops. Green A's outlined in white on front, and then green numerals on the back outlined in white as well. So the 1-2 count is sent up the middle, so they'll go to second for one. And a errant throw. Here comes the run home, and that will score the run. So that brings in Blake Coleman. Coleman, the cleanup hitter tonight, the right fielder for the Dodge City A's. He'll take the first pitch. He sees it's outside. A's lead the game 1-0 after the E6 from the Hayes Larks. Count, called strike, and that makes it 2-1. Blake Coleman from the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, played his sophomore season, comes from Austin, Texas, fouls the pitch off, and that will even the count at 2 apiece. One away for the A's here in the top of the first. One run in. One runner on is Cade Colbreth out at second. Oh, that pitch in low, and it hits Coleman. And that'll put runners on first and second. So here comes Isaiah Velasco. Velasco, a returner for the Dodge City A's. Played on last year's squad, came back, graduated from Cal Berkeley last year, and played a graduate season this year at Post University. So Velasco fouls off the first pitch. He sees a graduate, comes from Sylmar, California. Velasco sends that one foul. It goes back and out of play over our heads, and he's down in the count 0-2. 2 on with 1 away. If it feels like deja vu, well, it is. The A's scored 1 run in the in the bottom of the first against the Larks on Wednesday evening. And then we're held scoreless until the 9th. Velasco comes up empty on that swing. And he'll go back to the dugout, going down on strikes. That brings in Matt Perez. Perez, a freshman this year, played his freshman season for Florida A&M University. Perez coming from Orlando, Florida, was a staple in the A&M lineup, actually, playing multiple games throughout the season as a true freshman. The pitch is fouled off. Falls down in the count, 0-1. Perez makes contact, fouls it off up the first base line, and he'll go down in the count, 0-2, 2 away, so A's trying to get more here. We'll go back to work. Campbell waving off a couple of signs. Has what he wants and comes set. He's working from the first base side of the rubber. Fires in. Swung on and missed, and he'll go down on strikes. That'll end the inning as the A's strand 2. We're headed to the bottom of the first. We'll see the top of the lineup for the Hayes Larks when we come back. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Bottom of the first, the A's lead this ball game 1-0 as they scored 1 run on an error in the top of the first. And here comes the top of the lineup with Lane Sparks, the center fielder for the Hayes Larks. Ryan Pineo getting the start on the mound as he fires in for strike number 1. Pineo getting his second start of the season, played for Feather River College from Antelope, California. He took a redshirt season this year. Down in the count, 0-2 is Sparks. And the pitch delivered in a little bit outside as Velasco sets up outside to make it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Oh, a check swing. Says he did not go, and that will even the count at 2 apiece. That pitch misses low. Sparks, after falling down 0-2, has battled all the way back, and now we have a full count. The payoff pitch coming from Pineo. Hazarks like their music here, and it's a high fly ball. It's headed out to left center field and over the wall. A leadoff home run to start the bottom of the first, and we have a tie ball game. So we'll go back to work. Here comes Trent Baker, and snagging that one from going by does Velasco, and a 1-0 count to Baker. Pineo pitched 3 innings. That came back against the Batcats on opening night in Great Bend. Faced 13 batters in that contest. Struck out 3, allowing just 2 hits and walking 1. That pitch misses, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike to Baker. Pineo fires, Baker swings, fouls it off, and that will even the count at 2 apiece. So both teams with 1 run and 1 hit already in the ball game. We're in the bottom of the first. Nobody out for the Larks, and the second batter up at the plate now. Pineo working from the third base side of the rubber, and Baker fouls that one off. Count remains 2-2. Crowd starting to gather on the wall past the outfield wall. A little levee type wall out there. Crowd gathering to watch from that, and a fly ball out into center field. Radcliffe takes about a step back and collects out number 1. So that'll bring in Thomas Lissy. By the way, Radcliffe spoiling the beverage batter for the Hazarks fans here in the bottom of the first. Well, what does that mean? Well, they get discounted beers. We had the beverage batter at home, and it was if they get a strikeout. Here, it's if they get a hit. So that pitch is called strike. One ball and 1 strike to count to Lissy. See the left-handed batter in the lineup for the Larks. Takes the ball outside to make it 2 balls and 1 strike. So the A's will return back to Cavalier Field tomorrow. They take on these Hazarks for league game number 2. The league plays 5 games. There are 6 teams in the Rocky Mountain League. That pitch is called strike. So with 6 teams, they play 5 league games, and they played 1 additional non-league, so that way each team would play 3 home games. So we'll play 3 in Dodge, 3 in Hayes. The first game that was played on Wednesday night was a non-league contest, so it did not count in the league standings. The A's trying to bounce back after that 9-2 loss, and pitch was fouled off. We'll go back to work. Count remains 2-2, one away for the Larks. Pineo fires a swing and a miss, and down goes Lissy, 2 away for the Larks. Brings up Jackson Babcock. Babcock with 3 hits the other night against the A's. The first pitch to Babcock misses outside, and it's ball 1. So as I was saying, the A's return back to Cavalier tomorrow. They take on these Hayes Larks for Game 2 of the league season. Of the series, actually. Be also league Game 2 of the season. They will take to the road again on Monday as they will travel to a non-league contest. Take on the Kansas Cannons in Augusta, Kansas. We'll go visit a longtime former Dodge City resident, Phil Stevenson. He coaches the Cannons. A high fly ball that is headed out to right center field and off the wall. They're waving them home, so it'll be an inside the park home run. And just like that, the Larks lead it 2-1. So here comes C.J. Reed. Reed takes the first pitch he sees. It's headed out into left field, and it'll drop in for a hit. Right up the left field line, and on at first with 2 away, and now there is Tabor Stokes, the 6th hitter of the evening in the top of the bottom of the first, actually. Pineo delivers. It's ball on the inside edge. One 0 pitch. Fired in. It's a hit. It's going out to left field, and it is gone. Three home runs in the inning, 2 solo shots, and now this 2-run homer by Tabor Stokes. And the Larks lead it 4-1. So 3 straight home runs in the inning. Here is Dylan LaRue. LaRue, the left fielder tonight for the Larks. The Larks 4 runs on 4 hits already. They've committed 1 error. The Larks scoreboard has the error on us. It's actually not. It's on the Larks. One 0 count to LaRue. And that'll hit him, so we'll have a hit by pitch, a runner on, and here comes Lorenzo Rios. And the Larks are about to bat around here in the bottom of the first. Here comes head coach Jeremiah McCollum. Not the start that the A's wanted for the game. That can be said for certain. After this mound visit is over, we'll go back to work. So we'll go back to work. Lorenzo Rios batting, the catcher, hitting in the 8 hole tonight for the Larks. First pitch called, strike, catching the outer edge of the plate. Down in the count, 0-1. One 0-1 is now 0-2 as that pitch is called strike. Rios down 0-2, but don't get too excited because if you remember back in the top of the inning, leadoff Lane Sparks, he fell down 0-2 and came all the way back. Pineo steps off to reset. Looking in and has his sign. Delivers, it's outside for ball 1. Rios will make contact. He'll foul it off up the right field line, and count remains at 1-2. Green outfield wall here at Larks Park, decorated with all of their sponsors. It's 319 down the right field line, 322 down the left. 405 to dead red center, so very similar dimensions to Cavalier Field. Deuces wild across the top of the scoreboard. The 2-2 pitch. Little check swing, excuse me, hack, and says, oops, we'll go back to work. It's fouled off. Count remains 2-2. The 2-2 pitch, fouled back. Count remaining 2-2. Eighth pitch of the at-bat coming here to Rios, and the A's would desperately like to get it out and get their offense back to work. Grounded to the second baseman, Carlos, throw to first easily in time. That will be the final out of the inning. The Larks send 8 to the plate. They score 4 on 4 runs, or 4 hits. We're headed to the top of the second. It is a 4-1 ball game in favor of the Larks. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. 2-1 count to Jaden Moreno. As he leads off in the top of the second for the Dodge City A's. Little swing gets it enough contact to foul it off, and that will even the count at 2 apiece. Moreno right back at the pitcher, Campbell, and throw to first in time for out number 1. So here comes Paxton Huff. Huff sends one to the third baseman, Lissy. He fields, throws to first, and quickly 2 away for the A's. So that'll bring in Kane Carlos. Carlos, the 9-hole hitter for the A's tonight. Takes first pitch he sees. It's for ball number 1. Kane, one of multiple players coming from Hawaii. So he'll take the pitch outside. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Kane played his freshman season at Eastern Arizona, comes from Ewa Beach, Hawaii. That pitch is fouled off. Makes the count 2-1. Already 2 away here in the top of the second. A's trailing this ball game 4-1. Long ball has propelled Hayes early in this game. Campbell goes back to work, kicks and fires. It's a swing and a miss, and that makes the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Deuce is wild across the scoreboard. Left-hander delivers a high fly ball. It's headed out to left center field. Going it could, and it's gone over the left center wall. Solo home run for Kane Carlos. The A's answer back. They trail this game 4-2. Well, you wanted to see the ball fly. It's flying here at Larks Park tonight. That'll turn the lineup over back at the top of the order with Jacoby Radcliffe. Singled to lead off the first for the Dodge City A's. Sends one right back at the pitcher, Campbell, and they'll make the easy throw to first in time, and that will end the inning. The A's do answer back. They trail 4-2. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Ryan Pineo back on the mound for his second inning of work here tonight. He'll face the 9-hole hitter as the Larks almost batted around in the first. They would send 8 to the plate, and Jesse takes the first pitch he sees. It's ball number 1. Pineo with 35 pitches on the ball game. 20 have been strikes. Pitch, a high fly ball. It's headed out to left field, and you can guess where this one's going. Gone. Well, that didn't take long, and the Larks have answered back, and they lead it 5-2. It's been a while. I've not seen the balls fly this well, but they are flying here tonight. No wind really to speak of here at Larks Park either, as the flags, well, they're pointed straight down, so that means the wind is blowing straight down. Ha. No, there is no wind really to speak of here tonight at Larks Park. So that brings back to the top of the order with Lane Sparks. He checks his swing. He led off the bottom of the first with a home run. So both leadoff runners in both innings have gotten a home run. That pitch is swung on and missed by Sparks, and he's down in the count 0-2. The A's desperately love to get out of this inning with minimal damage done, but this is such a dangerous Larks lineup that can't take anything for granted as the pitch misses inside for ball 1. Pitch, grounded up the first base line, throw to Pineo, and they beat it out in the foot race. So a 3-1 and the first out of the inning for the Larks. So that'll bring in Trent Baker. He is the beverage batter tonight for the Larks. So if he gets a hit, there are discounted beverages. And talk about a crowd on hand. This place is packed. The stands are packed, which are a normal occurrence for the Hayes Larks when they're at home. The party pavilion that is off to our left, it is full of people. And, of course, the people that are lining the outfield wall as well. 1-0 the count to Baker. The first pit, the 1-0 is delivered outside. A diving stop by Velasco. And it misses out. Makes it 3-0. A home run and a ground out so far in the inning. The A's would love to get a couple more outs as the pitch taking all the way was Baker. Takes strike number 1. Is 3-1. The defensive alignment for your A's, left to right in the outfield, Paxton Huff, Jacoby Radcliffe, and Blake Coleman. Pitch. Baker rounds second. Or rounds first, gets into second as he realized that the pitch got away from so it was ball 4 anyway, but it gets away from Velasco. So a runner on second, 1 away, and here comes Thomas Lissy. See, grounds that one to Carlos, throw to first in time. Moves the runner over to third, but it is the second out of the inning. Brings up Jackson Babcock. He hit an inside the park home run. Something you don't see very often, but it hit off the right center wall, I'd say about 20 feet to the right of the 405 sign. Babcock was hauling, held it all the way around to the bases, and scored the inside the park run. So we'll go to work. Babcock takes strike number one. Down in the count, 0-1. 5 runs on 5 hits, 1 error for the Larks. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors for the Dodge City A's as we're working our way through the second inning. That pitch is called strike. Down in the count, 0-2 is Babcock. Takes a step out of the box, does a little bit of stretching, and steps back in. We'll go back to work. Pineo comes set, has his sign, kicks and delivers. Grounded to the third baseman, Perez. Throw to first is in time, and that will end the inning. The Larks only get the 1 run, the home run over the left field wall, and that'll send us to the top of the third. It will be Edward Gregory Jr., Cade Colbreth, and Blake Coleman due up when we return. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Dalton Campbell back on the mound in a 1-1 count to Edward Gregory, who walked on his last time up. Takes that pitch, sends it foul down the right field line for strike number 2. So we'll go back to work. Gregory down in the count, 1-2. Gregory batting .300 on the season so far for the Dodge City A's. Takes that pitch, it's up high to even the count at 2 apiece. I have no clue what is going on with the live stream tonight and why it is acting erratic. Pitch is called strike, freezes Gregory, and down and goes the first batter of the inning. Warhead brings in Cade Colbreth. Hit into the fielder's choice and ended up at second base after the Larks throwing error. Fouls off the first pitch he sees. Down in the count, 0-1. (0-2) count to Colbreth. See what Campbell delivers, and it's a strike 3. Swung and a miss did Colbreth, and down on strikes. 2 away now for the A's. Here comes Blake Coleman. Coleman was hit by pitch his first time up, batting .231 on the season. Cade Colbreth, by the way, batting .062. First pitch, Coleman fouls it off, down in the count, 0-1. Worked our way into the top of the third. The A's have scored 1 in both innings so far. And in order to try to keep pace with these Larks, they definitely need to try to keep scoring in every inning if at all possible. 2 away. Campbell delivers. It's well outside. Hopping up quickly is Rios, and that will even the count at 1 apiece. Down in the count, 1-2 is Coleman. Swing and a miss. Coleman goes down on strikes, and that will end the inning. The Larks hang a 0, which they wanted. The A's didn't want that. We're headed to the bottom of the third. It'll be the middle of the order due up for the Larks when we come back. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. C.J. Reed leading off for the Larks here in the bottom of the third. The Larks lead at 5-2. .1-0 pitch, check swing. Velasco wants to appeal down. The home plate umpire says, nope, I'm not going to. It's ball 2. We'll go back to work. The 2-0 count to Reed, who singled his last time up. And it's 3 balls and no strikes. That pitch is low. It's a 4-pitch walk, and that'll put a runner on with nobody out. Here comes Tabor Stokes, who hit a home run over the left field wall his last time up. One of 2 solo shots in the bottom of the first, where the Larks scored 4 runs. Of course, the Larks would like to keep their scoring ways going. Looks like the A's are going to send Francis O'Connor to the bullpen. Third inning of work for Pineo as a pitch is delivered outside. He's at 54 pitches so far. Campbell, on the other hand, has thrown 47 through the first 2 innings. Nobody out, 1 on, and the pitch is inside to Stokes, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Velasco's going to go out, have a quick conversation with Pineo. Probably one of those where we just want to have a quick chat, make sure we're both on the same page. And after this mound visit is over, we're going to go to work. So the 2-0 pitch is fouled off. It's going to go out of play behind us. And from the reaction of the crowd, it may have hit a car. Cars park way too close here at Larks Park, and I don't understand why. They should know. Definitely parking close. We'll go to work. 2-1 the count to Stokes. Runner on, throw to second. He's thrown out. I think it's a 3-1 count. So with 1 away, Stokes draws the walk after that pitch misses out. That'll bring in Dylan LaRue. LaRue was hit by pitch his last time up. First pitch to LaRue outside. It's ball 1. Warm evening here in Hayes, America. It's 85 degrees. First pitch. Absolutely no wind really to speak of. The throw to second. Oh, they're saying he got in. We'll say that call's questionable at best. Either way, runner at second, 1 away for the Larks. LaRue a 2-0 count. The 2-0 pitch from Pineo is swung on and missed. Makes it 2-1. The 2-1 pitch from Pineo. It's grounded up the third base line or first base line. Sorry, it's foul. Evens the count at 2 apiece. 1 away. Runner on second. Larks lead it 5-2. Two pitch. Pineo takes a long look back at second. Grounded. Oh, it'll get through on the right side. Here comes the throw home. It's cut off on the infield, and that'll score another run. Larks lead it 6-2. So runner on first, 1 run in, 1 out. And now here's Lorenzo Rios. Rios grounded out his last time up. Here comes head coach Jeremiah McCollum. And we will see a pitching change. A's are going to go to the bullpen. It's going to be Francis O'Connor coming out of the pen for the Dodge City A's. So that will end the night for Ryan Pineo as he'll go 2 1/3 innings. Can't quite close the book as he has a runner on, but it is Francis O'Connor taking over for the Dodge City A's. Let's take this opportunity to thank some of our sponsors. Grand Slam sponsors the City of Dodge City and Ford County, the Community Foundation of Southwest Kansas, Lewis Automotive Group, and Curbs Law Office, LLC. We thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball. So Francis O'Connor taking the mound now for the Dodge City A's. We'll tell you about him. Connor pitched coming out of the pen against the Great Bend Batcats. That was back on opening night in Great Bend. He went, I think it was 3 2/3 innings in that contest. Let's take a look. He did. He went 3 2/3 innings, facing 16 batters in that one, allowing 1 run. Striking out 1 and walking 3. So that was his night on the mound that night against the Great Bend Batcats, as the A's have seen action from 11 different pitchers so far over the course of this early part of the season. Just game 5 of the season for the Dodge City A's. Connor getting his warm-up pitches on the mound, working from the first base side of the rubber. Bounces that one a little bit short, just his warm-up pitches. It is Lorenzo Rios due up for the Hayes Larks. So number 11, Francis O'Connor. O'Connor, another Feather River product. Took his red shirt season there as well. Comes from Awa Beach, Hawaii. He'll throw a ball that gets away from catcher Velasco that moves LaRue over to second. Runner on second, 1 away. O'Connor on the first base side of the rubber, lays his foot down and comes set. A high pop-up. It's on the infield. And giving chase. Oh, it'll fall foul into the stands. Velasco was on the net. Thought he was going to be able to get it, but it fell just inside the stands on the little concrete walkway to even the count at 1 apiece. This game approaching the 1 hour mark. It started a little bit late due to some special presentations. This is the opening night for the Hayes Larks at Larks Park. It's the first home game of the season for the Larks here, and it is a crowd to remember. They got the championship trophy presented to them for winning the 2024 NBC World Series, and it is a 2-1 count to Lorenzo Rios, who grounded out his last time up. O'Connor comes set, kicks and fires in. It's a fly ball headed out to center field. Radcliffe, ahead of the warning track, pulls it down. That's out number 2. for the Larks. So that moves LaRue over to third, 2 away. Brings up the designated hitter, Ray Jesse. Jesse hit a home run his last time up. It was a 2-run home run. No, scratch that. It was a solo shot over the left field wall. Pitch misses outside for ball 1. Bottom of the third, and the Larks have scored in every inning so far. 4 in the first, 1 in the second, and 1 in the third. They lead at 6-2. And it is a 2-0 count to Ray Jesse. The Larks completing their second trip through the batting order here. And he'll deliver a strike on the outer edge to make it 2-1. 2-1 delivery. It's popped up. It's playable. Calling for it is Perez. He'll pull it down just in fair territory. That will end the inning. We will see the middle of the order due up for the A's when we come back. Velasco, Perez, and Moreno due to swing it. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Welcome back into Larks Park. So we have worked our way into the top of the fourth. Dalton Campbell still on the mound for the Larks, going out for his fourth inning of work, and it is Isaiah Velasco leading off for the Dodge City A's. Velasco went down swinging his last time up. Takes first pitch, ball. Velasco batting 154 in the early part of this season. Remember, it is just Game 5. The A's are slated to play 39 over the course of this season. Of course, that is barring any postseason play. Game 5 of a 39-game slate. 2-0 pitch, misses high. And a 3-0 count from Campbell. 3 balls, no strikes to Velasco as he'll steps back in. Works with his left foot on the back part of the batter's box. And takes a strike right down the middle for strike number 1. The A's scored 1 in the first, 1 in the second. And they'd sure like to score here to try to keep pace with these Larks, trailing at 6-2. A 5-pitch walk puts the leadoff runner aboard for the Dodge City A's, and that's going to be one of the keys to success in this ball game. So the A's are going to have to get runners on, get them on quick and early in their at-bats. Campbell actually struck out the side in the third inning. 1 on, and here comes Matt Perez. He sends one to the right field side, giving chase. It falls right into the corner. Velasco rounding second. He'll hold up at third. That double will put runners in scoring position for the Dodge City A's. A double right down into the right field corner, and the A's have both runners in scoring position. That brings in Jaden Moreno. Moreno grounded out his last time up. Moreno batting .429 on the season. A little, excuse me, it hits his hands. Rio says no, it's just a foul ball, but umpire says it hit his hands, and that will load the bases. So that brings in Paxton Huff. Paxton batting .167 on the season, grounded out his last time up. Right-handed batter working from the back part of the box. Takes first pitch he sees for ball number 1. Bases loaded with nobody out. The A's did that a couple of times against these Larks back on Wednesday evening, but didn't come up with much in that one as Huff comes up empty on a swing and evens a count at 1 apiece. The A's fell 9-2 against the Larks back on Wednesday night. They are 2-2 on the season overall. All 4 games played prior to tonight have been non-league games as well, as that pitch goes out of play and the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Campbell with the sun in his eyes, and Huff fouls that one off to stay alive. So the sun beginning the process of setting here in Hayes, America. Shadows creeping across the field from right to left. Pitcher, unfortunately, Campbell being a left-handed pitcher, faces right into the sun on the mound right now. Takes a look over at first, fires in. It's high and outside to even the count at 2 apiece. Two-two pitch coming from Campbell. Fires in. It's fouled back into the netting. Count will remain 2-2. The 7th pitch of the at-bat coming to Paxton Huff. Campbell with the long pause, takes a look back at second, fires a high fly ball. It's headed to left, and it will go foul. That had home run stamped all over it, but crossed the foul poles on the wrong side. Count remains 2-2. Oh, Huff takes a swing and a miss. Comes up empty on that one. It's strike 3. He'll go down swinging. It's out number 1 for the A's, and that brings in Kane Carlos. Carlos hit a home run, hit it over the left field wall his last time up. We're going to have a mound visit. Thanks to more of our sponsors, our home run sponsors, Cargill Meat Solutions, Lauren Dahl, I Don't Care Family Restaurant and Sports Bar LLC, Parker Haskins Insurance Incorporated, TCBP LLC, Jimmy John's, Victory Electric Cooperative Association Incorporated, Anfragon Financial LLC, Koch Fertilizer, Deriva Energy, Rabine Brothers, United Wireless Communications Incorporated, and Dodge City Kenworth. We thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball. Our sponsors are so important to our program, as that is what helps us maintain Dodge City A's baseball. It's also what allows us to be able to bring these guys in, and they don't have to pay to play. So many leagues across the country require payers to play, and without the sponsorship and support of our generous donors, we wouldn't be able to do that. So we'll go back to work. It is Kane Carlos at the plate for the Dodge City A's as he'll take a swing and a miss and come up empty. Carlos with no official batting average so far. Misses just outside. Evens a count at 1 apiece. He'll come up empty on that one, and he's down in the count 1-2. Carlos will swing and come up empty. He goes down on strikes, back-to-back strikeouts. And here comes Jacoby Radcliffe. We're back at the order. The A's starting their third trip through the batting order. Radcliffe a single and a ground out so far in this ball game. He'll take that pitch. It's fouled off, and it will be down in the count 0-1. One ball and one strike, the count to Radcliffe. Deuces wild across the scoreboard as Radcliffe fouled that one to even the count at 2 apiece. Bases remain loaded, and the A's would sure like to get something out of this. The 2-2 delivery. Campbell kicks and delivers. It's swung on and missed, and Campbell, for the second inning in a row, strikes out the side. The A's leave them loaded. We're headed to the bottom of the fourth. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Top of the fourth, and it is Lane Sparks leading off as the Larks begin their third trip through the batting order. Francis O'Connor delivers ball one to Sparks. Sparks a ground out and a home run in the ball game. After the A's loaded the bases and failed to score, they are trailing the Larks in this ball game 6-2. The A's scored one in the first, one in the second, and have been held scoreless since. Swung on and missed, and count now 2 balls and 1 strike after that one misses from O'Connor. There is work down in the Larks bullpen. Nobody currently in the bullpen for the Dodge City A's. Sparks thought about it, started to throw his bat out there, but pulled back. Takes it for ball number 3, a full count. Payoff pitch, high and inside for a leadoff walk. So here comes Trent Baker. Baker's 0 for 1, walked on his last time up. Well, the fans want their discounted beverages here, yelling, "Get a hit. We want our discounts." Throw over to first is not in time. Connor set, fires in, fouled off. Down the count, 0-1 is Baker. Drew the walk his last time up. Larks have scored in every inning so far, 4 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. Runner goes, the throw to second. Gets away, and that'll move Sparks over to third. So the error on Carlos, and that will move Sparks over to third. Pitch is low. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Baker. Nobody out. A runner in scoring position for the Larks. Pitch is fouled off, and well, just like that, the Larks, be a drop third strike. They'll throw to first to complete the out. So that brings in Thomas Lissy. 1 run scores. The Larks lead at 7-2. They have scored in every inning. 1 away. Pitch is low, and it's 1-0. Lissy's 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out so far in the ball game. 1-1 pitch. O'Connor outside, and it's 2-1. Three balls and one strike, and home plate umpire walks out to give the ball to O'Connor. Gives Isaiah Velasco a little time to collect himself and move on. Pitch was down low. It is 2-2. That pitch is down low, and it's a full count. So payoff pitch coming from O'Connor as he'll step on the mound. Has his sign and comes set. Kicks and fires. It's fouled off, and we'll see the payoff over again. Seventh pitch of the at-bat coming, and based on the crowd reaction, another caller wears a baseball. Payoff pitch, called strike. It freezes Lissy, and he'll go down looking for out number 2. Here comes Jackson Babcock. Inside the park home run and a ground out, 1 for 2 on the night. Babcock down in the count, 0-1. Yea's trying to get out of this inning with just the 1 run scored. Pitch is outside. It's 1-1. The A's will play these Larks tomorrow, 7 p.m. at Cavalier Field. Then on Monday, they travel to Augusta. Babcock takes that pitch for a strike down in the count, 1-2. Travel to Augusta for a non-league contest. They will face the Larks again at home on Wednesday. That will complete the 3 trips for the Larks to Dodge City. Throw to first after it is grounded right back at O'Connor. That will complete the inning, and Larks get 1 more run. They lead at 7-2. It will be the upper part of the order due up. Gregory, Colbreth, and Coleman due up when we return. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Braxton Buer takes over the mound for the Hayes Larks. The A's saw him against them at home. He got the start, actually. 1 pitch, 1 out. Edward Gregory grounded to the second baseman, and Cade Colbrook steps in. He's 0 for 2, struck out swinging his last time up. Sends a first pitch he sees foul up the first baseline, and down in the count, 0-1. The A's one away. We've worked our way into the top of the 5th. The A's desperately need to get something going. They left them loaded in the 4th. They'd load the bases and then go strikeouts. That pitch called strike. Has Colbrook down in the count, 0-2. Just called strike, and Colbrook will go down looking. After the A's hit so well early on against the Batcats, the Bats have gone silent. Struggling offensively are the A's in the last 3 games. First pitch into Coleman, called strike on the inside part. Coleman 0 for 1, went down swinging his last time up. The Hayes Larks pitching staff racking up the strikeouts. Nine strikeouts issued by the Larks pitching staff so far in this ball game. That pitch is foul, goes over in towards the batting cages. Just misses a few of the fans that are out here in the party pavilion. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Buer delivers. Called strike 3 down low. Two strikeouts by Buer. That's 10 strikeouts in this ball game for the Hayes Larks pitching staff. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th. The A's trail at 7-2. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Welcome back into Larks Park. It is the bottom of the 5th. The A's trailing 7-2. Reed, Stokes, and LaRue due up here in the 5th. The A's pitching staff still looking for a 0 in this ball game. Yet to do it, as the Larks have scored in every inning so far. 7 runs on 6 hits, 1 error for the Larks. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the A's, as O'Connor delivers that one outside. It's ball number 1. One 0 delivery popped up, and it will go foul and out of play. Evens a count at 1 apiece. We haven't talked about it in a while. Defensive alignment for your Dodge City A's. Paxton Huff, Jacoby Radcliffe, and Blake Coleman left to right in the outfield, third to first across the infield. Matt Perez, Edward Gregory Jr., Kane Carlos, and Cade Colbrook. A big swing and a miss there, and That has Reed down in the count 1-2. Isaiah Velasco behind the plate. Now Francis O'Connor on the mound to complete the battery for the Dodge City A's. 1-2 pitch is down low. Evens the count at 2 apiece. Connor looking to keep the leadoff off the bases here. Something they haven't done much. Grounded back to O'Connor, and he'll make the throw to first in time for out number 1. And like that, the leadoff runner is not aboard for the Hayes Larks. This is actually the first inning that the leadoff has not been aboard for the Larks in this ball game. Something going here as that brings in Tabor Stokes. He's 1 for 1, walked on his last time up. Lights on here at Larks Park. Francis O'Connor delivers outside to Stokes. 1-0. Connor has thrown 36 pitches so far. Braxton Buer came in to take over in the top of the 5th and threw just 8 pitches to get out of that inning. Pitch misses outside, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. No work down in the A's bullpen currently. There is a player down in the Larks bullpen, but not really doing anything. Pitch outside, it's 3-0. Pitch. It's a 4-pitch walk, and that puts a runner aboard with 1 away. The A's have stranded 5 runners already in this ball game. The Larks, they've stranded 3. One-0 pitch. Throw over to first, not in time. Six free passes issued by the A's pitching staff so far in this ball game. Let's throw to first, not in time again. Runner goes, and the throw to second. In time. Velasco picks off another runner. Not sure if Kane had a cramp. What the deal was. Either way, it is a 2-0 count. Now 3-0. Nobody on and 2 away. Three balls, no strikes. O'Connor gets LaRue to swing and miss on that one. 3-1. Three-one pitch. Connor misses inside and puts a runner on. So back-to-back walks, 1 on, 2 away for the Larks. Brings in Lorenzo Rios at the bottom of the order for the Larks. Rios 0 for 2. A ground out and a fly out so far in the ball game. Rios flew out to deep center field his last time up, and he'll wear a pitch. That'll put 2 on. The free passes continue to plague the A's pitching staff. Brings in Ray Jesse, who is a designated hitter. A home run and a fly out makes him 1 for 2 in the ball game. Connor comes set, takes a look back at second. Fires in, it's high and outside for ball 1. Connor fires again, it's up high, throw to second. Not in time. 2 balls and 1 strike, the count to Ray Jesse. Actually, it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch, check swing. Delivered low, it's ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 away for the Larks. As they are completing their 3rd trip through the batting order, and we're in the bottom of the 5th. The pitch, nice one, but home plate umpire Randy Jordan says it was too far outside for his liking. Sure looked good from up here. Three-one delivery coming up. Grounded to the shortstop. They'll take the fielder's choice at second for the out, and that will end the inning. And for the first time in this ball game, the Larks have been held off the scoreboard. We're headed to the top of the 6th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Isaiah Velasco is set to lead off for the Dodge City A's as Braxton Buer returns to the mound for his 2nd inning of work. Velasco takes a pitch outside for ball number 1. Velasco's 0 for 1, walked on his last time up. The A's working their 3rd trip through the batting order. So Velasco takes a strike there, and it evens a count at 1 apiece. Velasco batting 154 on the season. Pitch is delivered inside, makes it 2-1. Velasco pops that one. It's sky high. Giving chase is Rios. And he'll pull it down in foul territory behind home plate for out number 1. Brings up Matt Perez. He's 1 for 2, doubled his last time up. Perez with no official batting average at this point. Takes first pitch he sees for strike number 1. Perez sends one over the second baseman's head. It's rolling out to the wall out in right field, and Perez will be in another double, back-to-back extra bases hits for Perez, and that puts a runner in scoring position for the Dodge City A's. Brings in Jaden Moreno. Moreno's 0 for 1, was hit by pitch his last time up. So it was the double and the hit by pitch that would load the bases for the A's in the last inning, but they were unable to get anything after that. Here we are with one away, runner on second. Moreno in a big spot here to get something going for the A's with one away. Pitch is inside on Moreno, and that puts it 1 ball and no strikes. Moreno works a little closer in the batter's box. Long look back at second. Moreno fouls that one to even the count at 1 apiece. One ball and 1 strike to count to Moreno. Okay. Your delivers a curveball left high. Makes it 2-1. Your delivers that one. It's down low, bounces off the catcher's leg, and rolls to the backstop. All it'll do is move Perez over to third. 3-1 the count. Pass ball on the catcher, Rios. Moves the runner over to third. The A's would sure like to take advantage of this. Grounded it to the first baseman. Babcock will take it on his own for the out, but it's an RBI ground out for Jaden Moreno, and the A's have scored again. They trail 7-3. Brings in Paxton Huff. He's 0 for 2. Got caught swinging his last time up. Takes the first pitch. It's called strike on the inside edge, and he's down in the count 0-1. Huff batting 167 here in the early part of the season. Takes a pitch outside, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Pure delivers inside and low on that one. 2-1 the count to Huff. So after going scoreless in the third, fourth, and fifth, the A's have scored 1. They trail 7-3 here. I'd like to cut into this Larks lead a little more. That pitch is called strike. Evens a count at 2 apiece. It's deuces wild across the top of the scoreboard. Huff's going to go over and have a quick conversation with Jeremiah McCollum. Reminder, fans, tomorrow the A's will morph back into the Boot Hill Lawmen as it is City Connect night at Cavalier Field. That pitch outside, and it's a full count. Payoff pitch from Buer. Kicks and fires in. It's called strike 3, and that will end the inning. So we'll head to the bottom of the 6th. The A's trail at 7-3. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Back at the top of the order for the Larks, Sparks, Baker, and Lissy due to swing it here. So he'll take strike number 1. Sparks 1 for 2. Walked on his last time up, and a wild pitch that will roll to the backstop, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Sparks sends that when it's high and out of play, and it will be 1-2. So the Rough Riders, according to schedule, not in action tonight. Sparks sends that one. It's a fly ball down the right field line, and they say it fell fair, and he'll dig in for a double. So that'll bring in Trent Baker. He's 0 for 2. And for the 5th inning in this ball game, the Larks have their leadoff runner aboard. Baker shows bunt and pulls back. It's called strike. Down in the count, 0-1. Down on the count, 0-2 now is Baker. That's a fly ball that'll get down in left center field. A run scores, and Larks answer back. Liberal BJs were rained out last night. They were trying to play against the Denver Cougars to open their RMBL play. So the throw over to first is not in time. They were scheduled to play a doubleheader today, so I'm not sure if that game is in progress or not. Pitch falls foul into the party pavilion. Down in the count, 1-2, or 0-1, sorry. Guessing based on the amount of rain that we got last night that the BJs are not playing tonight. The 0-1 pitch is outside, makes it 1-1. Actually, yeah, the BJs are playing today. They beat the Denver Cougars 11-8. Count remains 1-1. So the BJs beat the Cougars 11-8 earlier this evening. They are currently tied 3-3 against the Cougars. That game in the top of the 7th. Fly ball out into right field, and the throw to third. There, but just not able to make the tag, and that will put a runner on third with one away. So that'll bring in Jackson Babcock. Babcock 1 for 3. Grounded out his last time up. Well, according to what I can find, the only games in progress are us and the Liberal BJs. The Game Day Angels beat the Rough Riders last night 16-9. First pitch into Babcock in for ball number 1. They also beat the Rough Riders earlier in the week 10-5. That game back on Wednesday. Pitch is high. 2 balls and no strikes. 1 run in already this inning. Runner on third, 1 away. The 2-0 pitch misses low. It's 3-0. There is a pitcher stretching in the Larks bullpen. Pitch is inside. It'll be a 4-pitch walk to Babcock, and that'll put runners on the corners with 1 away. I'll say that Julio Ramos is in the pen for the Larks. Nobody in the pen currently for the Dodge City A's. Brings in C.J. Reed. Reed is 1 for 2, grounded out his last time up. Runners on the corners with 1 away. The Larks, 4 runs in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth, none in the fifth. So far, 1 in the sixth as Isaiah frames that one on the outer edge to get a called strike 1. The A's, 1 in the second, 1 in the first, and 1 in the sixth. It is an 8-3 ball game in favor of the Larks. The A's dropped the game on Wednesday evening, 9-2. Isaiah tried to fake the throw down to first to bait Baker into coming home. 1-1 the count to Reed. The pitch high and inside, and it's 2 balls, 1 strike. Two-one delivery. Popped high. It's headed out into left field. Calling for it is Huff, and the throw home is close, but not in time. And scoring the second run of the inning is Baker. An RBI fly out for Reed, and that brings in Tabor Stokes with 2 away and 1 on. Stokes is 1 for 1, has walked the last 2 times he's been at the plate. A's trail at 9-3. Stokes makes contact and fouls it off. Down in the count, 0-1. Stokes swing and a miss. Down in the count, 0-2. A high fly ball that Huff was trying to grab, and it will be off his glove, and a double for Stokes. Another run scores, and the A's are down 10-3. One count to Dylan LaRue. LaRue's run 1 for 1, walked on his last time up. A's trailing 10-3 after the fly ball out to left that was off the glove of Huff, as LaRue will swing and miss at that one. Down in the count, 1-2. 2 away, 3 runs have scored here in the bottom of the sixth. The A's now in a 7-run deficit, the largest deficit of the ball game. Grounded right back at the pitcher, O'Connor. He'll throw to first. It will be in time, and sounded like you could add that bat to the lumber pile. It might have sawed it off, but we will go to the top of the seventh. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Braxton Buer returns to the mound for the Hayes Larks as we've worked our way to the top of the seventh. It is Kane Carlos set to swing it for the Dodge City A's as he'll take a big swing and a miss. Down on the count, 0-1. He's 1 for 2, struck out swinging his last time up. Buer misses outside, and it's 1-1. Kane in the game against the Larks back on Wednesday evening hit into a fielder's choice to lead off, and then went fly out, strike out, ground out in the ball game. Down on the count, 1-2 is Carlos. The pitch fouled off to remain alive. The count remains 1-2. Jacoby Radcliffe stands in the on-deck circle for the Dodge City A's. They'll return it back to the top of the order. This pitch is swung on and missed. He'll go down on strikes. One away for the A's, and we're back at the top of the order with Jacoby Radcliffe, who struck out swinging his last time up. Jacoby in the game on Wednesday beat out a bunt to get on in the second inning, but went silent after that. His hit go ground out, strike out, and pop up. Pitch is popped up on the infield. Rios and giving chase. It falls on the infield, so it will be fair, and it is an error on the catcher, Rios. Well, the hometown scoreboard's calling it a hit. Another pop-up, this time by Edward Gregory Jr., but fielded by Tabor Stokes out at second base. One away, actually two away now. That brings in Cade Colbreth. He's 0 for 3. Got caught looking his last time up. Cade hitting the 3-hole against the Larks back on Wednesday. Struggled a little bit offensively as the strikeout has been a bugaboo for him. Pitch down low for ball number 1. Got on a walk in the 4th and 6th innings. Wouldn't get anything after that. Pitch was swung on and missed. Evens a count at 1 apiece. Actually, it's 2-1. Line drive right back at the second baseman or shortstop, Tabor Stokes. That will end the inning. It is stretch time in Hayes, and we are headed to the bottom of the 7th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Amari McGowan takes over the mound for the Dodge City A's. Pitches to Lorenzo Rios, who is 0 for 2. Was hit by pitch his last time up and grounds out to Edward Gregory Jr. The throw to first in time, and the leadoff runner not aboard for just the second time in this ball game. So a much needed out for the Dodge City A's as they trail the Hayes Larks 10-3. Brings in Ray Jesse. Jesse did not play against the A's back on Wednesday evening. Pitch is out in for a strike, called strike one. Has Jesse down in the count 0-1. 0-1 delivery. It's popped, will go into foul territory, and it will fall out of play. Has Jesse down in the count 0-2. So the Larks looking to turn their batting order over here. As Amari McGowan takes over the mound. McGowan from Southern University, the right-handed pitcher, played his freshman season there. Comes from Tomball, Texas. The 0-2 pitch. McGowan fires in. It's low for ball one. McGowan works from the first base side of the rubber. Comes set. Delivers. It's fouled off up the first base line. Count remains 1-2. There is work now down in the Dodge City A's bullpen. Grounded to the second baseman, Carlos. Bobbled, but thrown to first in time. And out number 2. Sparks steps in, takes the first pitch he sees. It's ball number 1. Lane Sparks 2 for 3 in this ball game. Doubled the last time he was up. Sparks, the leadoff, was the cleanup hitter on Wednesday night against the A's. Takes that pitch for a strike to even the count at 1 apiece. In that ball game, Sparks would walk, fly out, walk, and strike out. 2-1 the count to Sparks. Would score 1 run. He scored on the walk in the 3rd inning. He would be the first runner to get on in that one. Grounded to the first baseman, Colbreth, in a foot race. Colbreth beats it out, so the Larks go 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the 7th, and we're headed to the 8th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Julio Ramos takes the mound for the Larks. It's Blake Coleman set to lead off 0 for 2 in the ball game. Takes first pitch he sees from Ramos for strike number 1. He struck out looking his last time up. 1-0 delivery high again, and it's 2-0. Called strike after Coleman checks his swing. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. We've worked our way into the top of the 8th. The A's are trailing 10-3. Pitches swung on and missed, and that will even the count at 1-2 apiece. Ramos delivers the 2-2 is swung on, and going down on strikes is Coleman for the first out of the inning. Here comes Isaiah Velasco, who flew out his last time up. Jaden Andrade, I believe, is who is in the pen for the Dodge City A's as Velasco grounds that one to the first baseman, flip to the pitcher. Ramos covering, and that is out number 2. Brings in Matt Perez. Perez is 2 for 3 in this ball game. 2 doubles. We'll see what he can do against Ramos here. Ramos on the first base side of the rubber. A ball high. Bounces off the glove of the catcher Rios and is 1 ball and no strikes. The A's with 3 runs on 4 hits, 2 errors. The Larks 10 runs on 8 hits and 2 errors of their own. Pitch is fouled off. To even the count at 1 apiece. Looking forward to returning to the friendly confines of Cavalier Field tomorrow night. Be sure to come out as the A's morph into the Boot Hill Lawmen. Every Sunday home game, the A's will be the Boot Hill Lawmen. Pitch swung on and missed. Down in the count, 1-2 is Perez. Perez, a true freshman, played at Florida A&M this year, and pitch is outside, and it's evens the count at 2 apiece. Two-two pitch. Swung on. It'll be a drop strike 3. They throw to first to complete the out, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the 8th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Trent Baker leading off against Amari McGowan here in the bottom of the 8th. Baker 1 for 3, singled his last time up, takes a big swing, comes up empty for strike number 1. One and one, the count to Baker. Pitch misses high, makes it 2-1. Three-one delivery coming from McGowan as he steps off the back of the mound. He'll step on. Getting his sign and comes set. Pitch over his head. It'll roll back to the backstop. A 5-pitch walk and the leadoff runner aboard again for the Larks. Thomas Lissy steps in. He is 0 for 4 in the ball game. Flew out his last time up. Lissy hitting the 7 hole, moves up to the 3 hole here tonight. Wednesday night, Lissy grounded out, walked, single, fly out, ground out. 2-0 the count to Thomas Lissy. The A's would like to get an out here and hold the runner at first. Throw to first, not in time. Pitch is popped up, giving Chase's Colbreth in front of the dugout and falling foul. Count is now 2 balls and 1 strike. They throw to first, not in time. The pitch will hit Lissy. Puts 2 on and nobody out. I'll bring up a mound visit. Let's go ahead and thank some more of our sponsors. Our triple sponsors, Conant Construction LLC, Wild Pines Washes, Dodge City LLC, Tommy's Car Wash, First Avenue Dental PA, ITC Great Plains LLC, Hinton Plumbing Service LLC, Medical Heights Dental Center PA, DC Appliance and Furniture, and Dodge City Eye Care. We thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball. So after that mound visit is over, we'll go back to work. 2 on, nobody out. We're in the bottom of the 8th. The A's trailing 10-3. Game 5 of the season as the A's still trying to figure a few things out. They won the first 2 games of the season. They beat the Great Bend Batcats 8-3 and 15-12, and then fell to the Liberal BJs and again to these Hayes Larks. A high fly ball that goes out of play over the scoreboard in the right field wall, and that's a 3-run shot for Jackson Babcock. His second home run of the ball game. It's a 3-run shot, and that will invoke the run rule, I believe. So that will be final. It is a run rule victory tonight here for the Hayes Larks, as they will take it 13-3. We'll step aside and come back with our final game wrap up after this. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Welcome back into Larks Park as the A's fall to the Larks in the first game of the Rocky Mountain League Series. It is a 13-3 run rule victory for the Larks. The Larks 13 runs on 9 hits, 2 errors. They strand 6. The A's 3 runs on 4 hits, 2 errors, and they strand 6 as well. Ryan Pineo will take the loss for the A's. Braxton Buer getting the win for the Larks. Let's take a look. The A's would get things going in the top of the first. It would be a leadoff single by Jacoby Radcliffe, followed by an Edward Gregory Jr. walk that would get runners on. And then a fielder's choice by Cade Colbreth would advance, and then an error, a throwing error by the Hayes Larks would score the run, so the Jacoby Radcliffe run was unearned on the Hayes Larks pitching staff. That would give the A's the early 1-0 lead. The Larks would come storming back in the bottom of the first. They would score 4 runs and not look back after that. Moving into the second, Kane Carlos would send a home run over the left field wall to make it a 4-2 contest at that point. And then the A's would strike out the side in the third. In the fourth, Isaiah Velasco would lead off with a walk, and he would come around on a Matt Perez double. That would put runners in scoring position for the A's. A Jaden Moreno hit by pitch would load the bases, but the A's unable to get anything going after that as they would strike out the side again. Then in the sixth, Matt Perez would come up. He would double yet again out into right field. And then he would come around and score off of a Jaden Moreno ground out. It would be an RBI ground out for Jaden Moreno. And that would be all that the A's would get going as they fall 13-3 in run rule fashion here to the Larks. So that will do it for this one. I am Justin Hergert, was assisted alongside with Jace Gifford, assisting with the live stream tonight. The A's fall 13-3. They're back in action tomorrow night at Cavalier Field, 7 p.m. first pitch against these Hayes Larks. Be sure to be there as the A's morph into the Boot Hill Lawmen. For tonight's contest and for the entire A's board and organization, I thank you for following along and listening to tonight's broadcast. You have been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball.